I love it when they get all hyped.
Oh my god.
They're just driven, and everyone else is just sitting out back like.
Yeah, no one. Some of them had games go by where there's one guy sitting in the back alone.
Yeah.
In the exact back row.
And the guy in front's trying to be exciting. And the guy.
Oh my god.
Like, they're, like, the time comes where they're like, okay, you can read donations now. And the guy at the desk is like, like, it wasn't even paying attention.
And I guess we got $20,000 to get the save file named Iwata. What? I remember the first time that happened.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
I didn't see that, but
it was really early on. I think it might have been during Sonic Boom.
Oh yeah.
Did you watch Sonic Boom?
No, I only watched a few of them so far. I saw Twilight Princess, which reminded me just how boring that game is.
Oh yeah, man, it's boring.
I didn't remember 2/3 of it.
No.
It's too mechanical.
Yeah, I know.
It's like and at the same time it has no new mechanics.
No.
It's trying to copy what Ocarina of Time did.
Yeah.
And it's just that, like, it just sticks to the books. Like, it doesn't do anything at all.
I didn't
And like all the good puzzles, you notice that all the good puzzles are just puzzles.
Yeah,
like they could have been mini games. Like they don't have no reason to be in context.
Yeah, what makes me hate it is that it's so, like, I don't think people realize when they played Ocarina of Time that it was realistic looking, right? Realistic, but it was still colorful. Like, there was still, like...
Yeah, it was also really muddy looking.
Ocarina of Time was, had greens and blues and stuff like that, but... So, they went further in that direction without looking at how to update the art style to reflect it. So we just had pointlessly realistic Zelda that just looked... it took the muddiness factor up to about 1 million.
Yeah.
Until you can't see anything.
Now, I kind of like...
brown.
I like the character designs, though. I like the edgier character design, like what they did with what they did with the pose, turning them into like these terrifying ghost creatures.
Well, it doesn't make it any easier to see. Like, I mean,
yeah, it's hard to see.
I'm trying to play.
Like, it's really dark and muddy. I'm just saying the characters are designed in an interesting way for a Zelda game.
I think you could do all that stuff and have it easier to see if it was just brighter.
Yeah.
And at a higher contrast.
Yeah. Hey, but it's Twilight Princess.
And things were a little bit more saturated. Like, you could see, like, greens were green and reds were red, and they weren't, like a muddy brown and, like, an off, like, blue. Just
at least it wasn't Midnight Princess. Then it would just be black. Alright, first of all, Summer Games Done Quick.
People get together and they take controllers and they hit buttons on the controller in such a sequence that it makes the game go by fast. In other words, they speed run. Anyway, they do this to raise money, in this case for Doctors Without Borders, but sometimes it's cancer.
Sometimes it's autism.
Sometimes it's actually autism.
They need that more.
They need that one bad. Anyway, every year it goes on, it becomes more and more of a cringe fest. And
that's the way it should be. Because last year, actually I think this year's Awesome Games Done Quick was just sterile. Like, they took all the autism out of it. They tried to moderate it, and it just became more boring.
I don't know. I heard these stories of people getting banned from it and all that, and they're getting really, really PC. If you don't, that's politically correct. Which I hate.
They are getting more PC though. Like, I wish they play more console games.
I hate PC everything. Like, I hate PC stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, there was one of these runners that I watch a lot. It was at this Summer Games Done Quick. He did Resident Evil 3 this time. But he usually does he did pretty much all the Resident Evil games. And his name is Carcinogen. And I think people started calling him Cursey because they didn't want to trigger anyone who had cancer. Because the carcinogens cause cancer.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's,
Well, someone's name up there, if your name was like
Chinese Rape Squadron?
Chinese Rape Squadron Confederate Black Slut, like, they wouldn't let you play.
They wouldn't let you play because your name couldn't fit in the record.
I do know that all the fake hype and all the memeing and shit, I telling you, like, at least 40% of it is just because of Trihex. Like, he plays Yoshi's Island. I mean, that was the first game that got played this year, was Yoshi's Island.
Yeah.
And he was drawing so much hype, and he was just memeing all over the place, and everyone was like, man, I want to be like Trihex. I'm gonna go meme around. Mm-hmm. Did you ever scream because the meme was so supreme? I know. It's like It's like so swag. It's super cash money swag, and just crap. And I just couldn't watch it.
But you're too dull because you're a speedrunner.
Yeah,
you can't pull that off.
No. They all go to the interviews. They have interviews afterwards at this round table interview thing. But the table's not round, but they have an interview, and
they have like an L-shaped table.
An L-shaped table where they interview the runners, and they're always screwing everything up because they're on video, and they got this one guy picked up the mic, and the mic was upside down. He's holding it like that with the wire coming out the top, and he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. People were talking about the suicidal Crash Bandicoot player. It was just so awful.
That was awesome. Like
they were talking about not archiving that, and I was
he
like,
just
really?
spent the first 10 minutes making a suicide joke every time he'd kill himself. Like, I mean, you'd kill yourself permanently, purposely to, as a speedrun exploit. And every time he did it, he'd just say, "I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to commit suicide," and it just kept going on and on and on. It's amazing. See, that's what they do.
Yeah, something.
They try to set a shtick for themselves. And it's always fun.
I don't know. It's weird for me. I have a hard time watching sometimes. A few times I had to turn it off. Like these streams, I just couldn't. Like I was like at bated breath. Like I just had to turn the stream off because I couldn't watch the cringe. People that belong to a fan base who haven't received a new game in like 15 years, that is probably driving them into the autism well. Like they're falling down into the gravitic pit of autism. Like they're just
they're trying to drag themselves out, but the void just expands, and its gravitational field just gets stronger. And
yeah, see,
they can't push against.
As they approach the speed limit of autism, the autism limit, they approach it, they develop subspace drag. Yeah. Because their mass increases. Their mass increases proportionate to their autism, and that creates a proportionate bend in space-time around them. Mm-hmm. And as they go faster, they get more turbulence and more space-time drag. Yeah. Until they can't escape it.
Yeah. Eventually, you get like Ultra J-Man, and you reach the autism event horizon, where you get beaten up by your mom on stream, and you just can't return.
Did we mention the fact that Iwata died?
Yeah. I was just about to move on to that.
I don't know. I think we cared so little we didn't mention it.
Anyway, we gotta have a moment of silence for Satoru Iwata.
I was thinking of doing 3 hours of static. I have a long static video.
3 hours of static.
I have this video on I have this video on my hard drive that's been sitting there for years. I just recorded 3 hours of static one time.
Yeah, but
and I never did anything with it.
You know,
and I was thinking of 3 hours of static for Iwata.
Yeah.
But it's no longer current.
Let's just pause for a bit.
Why?
Hold on, just a moment of silence.
Oh, a moment of silence. I'll try to be quiet. Man, the Wii U sucked.
Shut up! We gotta restart now. It has to be a minute.
The business practices were dog shit. I'm not sure I care.
Yeah, but he made Pokemon Gold and Silver. Anyway. What's with the new 3DS too?
I don't know, man.
Like, you're gonna have people going to the store, and they're gonna ask for like, can I get a new 3DS? And then the staff's gonna be like, well.
No, everyone is too PC to bring up the fact that Iwata died when Nintendo was at its absolute worst.
Yeah.
Like no one will ever like it's like you're not allowed to mention it. Like, oh man, he's dead. Now he's a hero.
Iwata was respected for being a good coder and having a fun personality and everything.
He's a fun personality, man. You're talking Japanese. A fun Japanese person is someone who will once in a blue moon like laugh at something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then go right back to straight-faced, baby head, 4-foot-tall businessman.
But it's
Japan businessman.
It's above and beyond the Call of Duty there. I mean, when you're talking about a Japanese CEO, you know, he's as good as they get. I mean, he started the Nintendo Direct thing, which I like. You know, I like the fact that he would narrate each one in both Japanese and English.
Yeah.
Like every time. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, a fun Japanese businessman. That's like the world's tallest midget, or the least drunk person in Ireland. Like it's like, I mean, you have Shigeru Miyamoto, who might as well not be Japanese.
him and Reggie and Miyamoto.
The Triforce.
Yeah, they had like they were the cast of characters for Nintendo. Like they were like the Jerry and Kramer and George of Nintendo.
And hilariously, it was announced for 3DS and PS4, and they also announced that they're going to be working on an NX version.
Yeah.
Just to not put Nintendo drones on Suicide Watch. Like,
but that,
how funny is that? Did you think about this? Like, it's coming out for PS4 right now, PS4 and 3DS.
Yeah. Well,
could you imagine, like, what other big Nintendo property from last gen, like, or a gen before that, say on the GameCube, they had a game was coming out for PS2 and DS, and it was developed by Rare. The same kind of style of idea. Here you had a series that was entirely Nintendo for like the last 8 or 9 years, and then we're putting on the 3DS and the PS4, the opponent's leading console, and your handheld. So, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I mean, if they can make it work on 3DS, they can damn well make it work on the Wii U. But it's just, so it's not hardware, it's the fact that no one has a Wii U, I guess. They're like, oh well. Mwah. Mwah. Mwah.
But yeah, something I noticed though.
What?
Dragon Quest 11 is made with Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah.
So that implies that the NX at least has decent hardware. Compatible hardware. Probably. Unless it's a full port.
With Nintendo, we have to stop talking about the power of the hardware, and we need to revert back to just saying compatible.
Well,
like, just doable. Not
No, but see,
because
that was the problem with the Wii.
Yeah.
No multiplats because it wasn't. You couldn't make anything on it.
Yeah.
It was too proprietary.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what
Same
almost,
with the Wii U.
That's what almost killed the PS3. They had the cell processor.
Yeah.
And they had a really strange dev kit to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
And no one early on could get behind it except for Naughty Dog.
It had a
Could wrap their head
processor.
around it.
It had a processor with too many cores.
Yeah.
I mean, people are still using quad-core processors now.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
You just didn't really need it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I like the Wii U.
Yeah, well...
And a lot of people that have a Wii U...
Fun is what they're good at.
Say
They're bad at everything else.
A lot of people that have a Wii U say they really like it.
Uh-huh.
But it doesn't equate into sales. And if you don't got sales, you go into a downward cascading spiral of no sales, no third party, no install base, no exclusives.
Yeah.
And then you go into that circle
Uh-huh.
until you go down the drain, and then you need to come up with a new console.
And
You have to hit the ground running with your exclusives.
Iwata knew it because they, Nintendo was just, like, they had their blinds on and they were completely focused on Smash Brothers before it came out.
Yeah.
Like, that was their thing.
Yeah.
That was the game that was coming out, and it was.
And it also came out for 3DS.
Yeah.
Oops.
But that's because they knew that if they wanted to sell Smash Brothers, they'd need a portable version.
Well, you have to be careful. You gotta be careful with that. Because remember, the 3DS was doing really bad on launch.
Mm-hmm.
And how did they fix it? They pumped out exclusive, the Nintendo first-party exclusives for it.
Yeah.
Which it should have been had since launch.
Yeah.
That were only available there. It saved the system.
Mm-hmm.
It saved it just enough to start getting third parties involved.
Yeah.
And then it went over the cliff. And then it was just... It dropped its first stage. And then it was in its main sale. And then was taking off.
Mm-hmm.
The Wii U and opposite the 3DS, the PS Vita, the Wii U and the PS Vita are still carrying their first stage booster. And they can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like, they never... Like, they didn't... The stage didn't separate. And now they're carrying dead weight.
They didn't even install a decoupler.
No, and they're sinking.
Yeah.
And the Ullage motor didn't turn on. And they're, like, burning up in the atmosphere. And they're just done.
That's because of flawed hardware.
Yeah.
The RAM was too slow. Like, the stages can't engage properly because the RAM is too slow.
Yeah.
The Wii U.
And the Wii U now that they announced the NX, it's ceasing to be aerodynamic. And it's going to tear itself to pieces, literally. It's going to turn into dust.
Yeah.
It's not a happy...
And all the cargo that was supposed to go to the space station is just lost.
Yeah.
It's all just burned up.
Being, like, Metroid. The Metroid series. The payload just didn't quit.
Whoever has the most money of all these companies should just buy all the other companies. And then, like, Microsoft should buy Sony and Nintendo.
Eliminating competition.
And then make one console.
Well, that, I guarantee it would suck. It
Yeah,
would be
of
like
course
the
it
worst
would.
console imaginable. It would be like...
That would. It would.
You go in front of your TV and be like, Xbox, turn on. And then it will come on and be like, say it with me, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Bing. And then it's just like, finger licking good.
Mm-hmm.
And then you gotta dance, like a Just Dance thing to get turned on. They say, finger licking good. Walmart, we sell for less every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then you gotta be like...
Do you want us to send your genetic material to the cloud? Yes or yes? It's just like Windows 10.
Yes or yes. It's free. It's free to do this. It's free.
I saw on Windows 10 there's a, on the web browser, whatever it is, probably Internet Explorer 16 or something, they have little checkboxes for all the tracking stuff, and they said, send your keystrokes to Microsoft to return, like they have on Chrome, it returns like recommended websites.
Yeah, it's removing the neutrality of the net.
Yeah.
So that you only get what they think you want.
Anyway, like, it's grayed out.
Yeah.
Like, that one is grayed out.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how you'd enable that. You probably have to go into, like, the deepest of the deep system settings.
I hate that. I hate ads that are targeted towards me. Because it means I'm not experiencing the internet. You're experiencing a fake internet that Google thinks you'll like.
Yeah. And then
annoying.
it gets way too centralized. And you can't... You're only given what they think you like. And when you spend most of your time just on YouTube watching gaming videos, and the internet becomes video games.
I know, I noticed that. My internet is about video games now. There's nothing I can do about it.
I remember when I'd get recommended all these Hitler videos and all these anime videos on YouTube. Where'd that go?
Yeah.
It's all gaming now.
Yeah.
I want to watch movies about Hitler. Like,
it's no big secret.
It's Stalin.
It's no big secret that gaming is like the most popular goddamn thing on YouTube now. Like if you look at the most viewed videos, it's just fields of Minecraft videos. Yeah. So I guess with the Mario Maker, Super Mario Maker coming out, I guess you can get some free stages made by the Facebook dev team.
They're for free, though.
They're free.
They're absolutely free.
So you don't gotta worry. These ones are free, guys. These ones are on the house.
These just like the... Wait, are we allowed to say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say free levels?
I don't know.
Free levels in Mario Maker.
I'll enjoy Mario Maker a little bit more than Little Big Planet because I've established
better gameplay.
I've established that I'm not a fan of 2.5D platformers.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of visual clutter. Like,
Little Big Planet had the problem of a really convoluted, like it had layers. Like you could move between 3 layers.
Yeah.
And the mechanics that determined which layer you were in at any given time were confusing.
The physics were...
Like you couldn't... If there was a layer behind the one you're in, where the level is lower, then you couldn't fall backwards into that. It had to be ahead. It had to be visible.
The physics were soft. They were fuzzy.
Yeah, they were really floaty and fuzzy and squishy.
And there was very little jump dedication, and that was a crutch for poor physics.
Yeah.
It was a crutch because they didn't know how to make the physics feel tactile.
Yeah.
Right? Like you couldn't really tell when Sackboy was gonna die. And that really killed it for me. I think Little Big Planet should go back and make a sprite-based Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Completely from scratch. Take all the old mechanics, update it into sprite-based, flat floors. Like Mutant Muds or something like that. You ever play that?
Yeah.
With the layers and all that? Go back and just make it like that, and then I'll like it. Are you buying Mario Maker day one?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's coming out to celebrate the falling of the 2 towers. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's a memorable moment.
Are you expecting some kind of outcry thing? People getting all up in arms. I mean, people will...
Yes. There'll be an outcry.
Just assume...
There's an outcry about this episode right now.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. If you look hard enough on Twitter, you'll see people getting angry about GingerSwitch.
Okay, well, that's the type of week it's been. That's how the teeth gnashes.
Yeah.
That's how the plane crashes.
That's how,
That's the way the pan sizzles. That's the way the bee bumbles. Oh wait, I gotta show you this thing. Look at me. Yeah. Check that out, dog. Doritos, Loud Zone, Edgefest 2002. You heard it here. 2002 was actually a palindrome year. So, you can take that one to the bank. There you
It
go.
can also be pronounced zoos.
Webfoot Technologies. www.webfootgames.com.
Oh,
What's this?
let's watch this. This is an FMV on the GBA.
Yeah, it's the
Pretty weird.
really crappy American intro that in Canada we also had to put up with.
Yeah, without the memorable music that the original had.
Yeah, well, I don't like the Bruce Faulkner music in the American Dragon Ball much, but
It's all right.
yeah, some people like it. It's
I
not.
mean,
It's
they-
not for me.
You know, in the case of Dragon Ball, they had to make it more badass because it really wasn't badass originally.
Anyway, we got shitty ass Funimation here. I hate their dubs. Did you watch Dragon Ball Super yet? I watched the first episode.
I've seen everything up to this point.
Yeah.
I think the first 4 episodes.
I watched the
It's-
first one.
It's shockingly apathetic in the
Yeah.
way the way it portrays Beerus.
I liked him from Battle of the Gods,
Uh-huh.
and I actually wanted him to become a main character.
Let's just get started right off the bat.
Yeah, I just kind of like his design. The
Oh.
cat guy. In case you guys don't know, he's like the purple cat guy. I didn't like the music at all in Dragon Ball Super.
Oh,
Just
yeah, I don't
It's,
really like any of the music in Dragon Ball Z at all.
you don't like the Dragon Ball and Dragon
Ugh.
Ball Z soundtrack? Oh man, yeah. Look at that little facial sprite. That's just
Yeah.
wrong. It's just. It really looks like they had the facial sprites for the other characters, but didn't have Gohan's.
Yeah,
So they just
look at him. Oh
they
my
just
God.
used another sprite they had somewhere else. Okay, yeah, good. Anyway, I think the Dragon Ball Super theme song sucks. It's not very good.
Okay.
Here we're kind of just going through the first episodes of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, this just goes through. I think until Vegeta, maybe.
You ever
I
notice?
don't remember who the last boss
Are
is.
these
in this
rocks
game.
bothering you? That rock on the right looks like Chi-Chi. Her face.
That's not a rock.
It's not a rock.
That's a magazine.
It looks like Chi-Chi's face. With the hair like
Like-
that. And I thought this rock up in the left was Bulma.
Uh-huh.
Go up there and look at it.
It's not a rock.
It's so hard to tell.
We're supposed to find them later. Like
Look up in the left there.
See? Or go on. We're seeing them.
Ah!
Can't say it's a porn mag though.
See that one? I was like, oh, there's Bulma.
What an interesting mag. Yeah, yeah. I think that's the point. I think they're just jokingly Bulma and Chi-Chi.
Anyway,
Anyway,
those magazines are, they're merely
gotta send Zubi
magazines.
in for that.
Gohan wouldn't understand those magazines.
Yeah,
They're about, like, economics and stuff.
yeah.
He wouldn't know.
You wouldn't understand the articles.
No. So,
They wouldn't appeal to his
Where's,
demographic.
can we get Roshi a frothy mug of water?
Yeah.
I really want to get him some frothy water. Damn, that's some strong water.
Oh yeah, we can talk to.
Uh,
What was his name?
I think they didn't Goku just call him Turtle.
Yeah, Turtle.
Anyway,
It's Turtle.
it's so hilarious how different Dragon Ball was. Man, that Turtle and Roshi were like main characters. God damn it. It was so awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
And Goku carried that turtle back to the sea just because he didn't want to see him die.
The main problem with the Dragon Ball Z was that no one was a main character
No.
except Goku.
It was an ensemble cast.
It's happening with Super too.
Yeah.
I mean, Goku's still the strongest. That's not going to
But
change.
in Dragon Ball, he was very obviously the main character.
I see this stuff. All this stuff is just so pre-drawn,
Yeah.
pre-rendered that I can't tell what any of it is. It's so blurry, and this is a. See, we played worse Dragon Ball games, that's for sure, but this is bad. This is like an NES game. You can only move in 4 directions.
When does this end, this game? The Frieza?
No, yeah, I think, I don't remember. I think it was Frieza, maybe.
Good.
No, there was that one you have. If it involves the Boo Saga,
Yeah.
and there's 3 games, so
Yeah.
I think there's one in between that
Yeah.
has Frieza. I think this one ends with maybe Vegeta. Like I said, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I want that game for the DS, Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans, because it's a turn-based RPG that is just about the Saiyans. Like, it's awesome.
Master Roshi's bedroom is upstairs. Better stay down here.
My favorite, yeah, I don't want to see what's up in there. Goku would just be like, haha, I'm not interested in any of the things in there. Haha.
His face is just insane.
I know, man, they be varying quality of the facial sprites here.
Got some herbs. See,
How come Goku's face is right up in frame, but Gohan and Roshi are like far away?
Yeah.
In the distance. So
Bulma's
the same thing
too.
with Bulma. Like, Krillin's right in front of the camera, and so is Goku.
Brother!
Oh, well.
You can't be my brother. I'm a something. I don't know what I am, but I'm not you.
It must have happened when,
When you hit your head as a
What?
child.
I couldn't read it. You're going too fast.
Okay. You become soft. If you love these humans so much, why don't you kill for them?
Yeah, man, this is some laziness here. They're just disappearing. Oh yeah, this is back when Piccolo was kind of a bad guy.
Yeah,
Thank God Goku gave him
kind
that.
of, for a little while.
He was a lot more interesting like this.
Well, he wasn't one of the characters that stands around with their arms crossed.
Yeah, he wasn't TN.
Holy crap.
Thank God.
Why does TN still exist?
Thank God Goku gave Piccolo that Senzu bean during the tournament in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
That's still my favorite story arc was teen Goku, like not the kid Goku,
Nimbus!
like teen.
Look, there's
like
Nimbus.
Teen Goku versus Piccolo Jr. At the World Tournament. Dragon Ball has never been better than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here's a shot.
Flying Cloud.
It's a bad shot too.
Magic Cloud. Yeah.
Just happens to be a quality frame from the show.
Goku
Pretty cool.
used to. Remember when Goku had to ride around on a cloud?
Yep. For the first episode, and then he learned to fly, I guess.
I think Gohan had it. Goku already knows how to fly at this point, I think.
I think we can kill the squirrels. Get over here. Rah.
I remember when
Yeah,
flying.
you can kill the squirrels.
I remember when flying was brand new. I think TN could do it first, couldn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Gohan is in the doghouse.
Grandpa Gohan. Oh. This would be really confusing if you didn't watch the show and he was talking about Grandpa Gohan.
Yeah.
He was like, Gohan, that little short guy on the island? We're saving Grandpa?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, well, when, I think Dragon Ball Z was localized first. It was kind of, so the story just kind of started in the middle, and you had to figure out who Gohan was, and who both of the Gohans were. Wait, let's see. I got...
Ugh, don't do that. Don't look at that.
I got
I
360...
don't like looking at that thing.
Yeah, I
up there.
know, it's
Why
great.
is it just a screenshot of the title screen with a menu overlay in front of it that's not fully
Just
opaque?
in bright yellow and...
Oh, God.
Okay, anyway, we got 360 experience. Let's see. Kill the squirrel. Die. Yeah, there we go. Now, yeah, get 5 experience for killing the squirrel.
Oh my God.
Our power level is nowhere near 9,000, obviously. You know, Z was sort of at its best when it had that comedic filler and people were fighting like monsters in the wilderness and stuff. And
Dragon Ball Z was at its best when Goku and Piccolo had to get their driver's licenses.
yeah, totally. and Dragon Ball Super has a lot more of that.
And Piccolo was at Chi-Chi's house, and he needed to wear normal clothes to go to take the driver's test. So he had Goku's clothes, and all said like Goku and stuff. He had like a Goku hat on.
It seems like
I love Akira Toriyama clothes. Like like Vegeta had a pink shirt that said like "Bad Man" on the back or "Bad Guy" or something. It was great.
See, this is pretty. You have this key bar, right? And any ability in the game you can charge as long as you want until the entire bar is gone. I think that's kind of interesting. Forgot to mention you can fly.
Well, yeah, I did that
for a little while. Yeah, I know. But you can. You start off being able to fly for like an inch, and then you eventually get more powerful.
Well, that's how flying works. That's how you start. Fly a little bit and then keep trying. And I've been on this Earth for a while. It stands to reason that I'd be tolerant to gravity. And I'd be able to overcome it a little bit, but I can't. Maybe it's just because I'm not old enough. Maybe once I get old enough, like if I live to be like 300 years old, I'll be so used to gravity that I can fly.
Yeah.
Shouldn't I be able to build up a tolerance to bullets too, slowly? By shooting myself in the foot.
Bullets. All right.
Shoot myself in the foot a lot until I can handle it. I love games that didn't learn fast enough how to do 3D perspective and 2D, so you end up getting lost behind shit you shouldn't be, and in front of things you shouldn't be in front of, and it's just wonderful.
That makes no sense.
It's like they're pouring liquid onto the road.
What the hell?
It looks like there's a little ocean up there, and they're pouring a reflection of something.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, it's one of those big Akira Toriyama pterodactyl guys.
Whoops.
It's an Akira Toriyama enemy, watch out! He's got big, expressive eyes.
Oh yeah, look at this. What?
How come Akira Toriyama still thinks there's dinosaurs? Like what?
Yeah.
Has he gone outside lately?
Yeah.
Everything he ever did has dinosaurs in it. It's for no reason. Completely inexplicably.
Okay, this is a.
He just thinks they're cool, I guess.
Wag! Whimper. Sniff. The heartless monster stole my egg.
I understand how she feels. Yeah, I lost my egg too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a mom too. I lost my Gohan egg.
Yeah.
I know what it's like.
It's rough. Uh-oh, wolves.
But is that an Akira Toriyama wolf?
You gotta stop at the You gotta start at the bottom here in Dragon Ball Z Land. He's seems to be known for things with dragon in the name that have dinosaurs in them.
Dragon Quest, Blue Dragon, Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Dragon Trigger.
What is all that anyway? Ugh, don't do that. With that dog.
I can't.
Don't make him do that.
Oh, I'm dead. Yeah.
Look at this art from like way far into the future.
Yeah.
This is seriously the game over screen. It's like you're happy that you died. Ah, don't worry, Goku's in heaven. Ah.
Everyone else can just find the Dragon Balls and resurrect me.
That's literally all you get for your game over.
Find the Namek Dragon Balls.
You get that screenshot when you die.
Yeah.
It should be like a really blood-curdling wet scream from Goku, and then it flash instantly to a face of Goku all beaten up and bruised, and then a text box saying all Goku's friends have died because Goku failed.
That.
And it's playing like some Sonic CD music when you die. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And Goku's face is all blistered and beat, and Goku has died. He failed in his mission. All his friends are dead.
I don't know if I'm fighting or not.
Dead end. Or is it?
Nope. Can't actually fly over gaps. Okay. That's good to know.
It's not the one thing you're supposed to do with flying.
I know.
You can't do it. Are you just ignoring Tien and Chaozu there? You're not even going to talk to them. Goodbye.
I gotta grind.
They're just standing there.
This is Dragon Quest, isn't it?
Uh,
Oh no, it's Dragon Ball. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Now, how tiny is Chaozu's sprite, I wonder, when you look at him?
Yeah.
I'll talk to Chaozu.
Look at him. He looks like he's drawn in MS Paint. Goku's got this stupid look.
Why don't they help? No, my son's gone. I don't need any help. I gotta handle it myself. Okay, alright. Yeah.
500 experience points.
Oh, they
for
need
talking
an
to him.
incentive for you to talk to him. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
What? Ugh.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't
man.
even know what you are.
He's like a weird little... He's like a little China doll. Or something. And he looks like he's supposed to be pouring tea forever.
Uh-huh.
Really carefully pouring tea and not dropping any of it. Not a drop anywhere else.
In the third game in the series, you get all kinds of attacks.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty good fan service. But in this game, you get like Key Blast, Key Wave, Kamehameha.
Yeah, I remember I got the perfect ending 100% completed. I got the... you get a ranking after you beat the third GBA game, Boo's Fury.
That refresh.
The third...
oh,
whoa. I got the maximum ranking, like Dragon God or Elder Dragon or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Like, whatever you call Shenron.
Oh, yeah.
I got that ranking, and I also unlocked Gogeta in the third game, and he had the Big Bang Kamehameha.
Oh, yeah.
And he also had the... You could also do the Dragon Fist Explosion.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. That's a rare attack that I don't even remember where it showed up.
It occurred in one movie, I think.
Yeah. It's always a great sign when you have games that use the default font for the system. Like the console font.
The font that you see in Game Sharks.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the Game Shark font. How is Goku at this point even in the Dragon Ball storyline having a hard time fighting wolves? In the very first episode of Dragon Ball, he never had a problem with this stuff.
Yeah,
In the first episode of Dragon Ball, he was catching fish that weighed about like 80 tons.
Yeah.
And wrangling them in the water.
Damn it, I can't even...
And chopping like 20 sticks of wood with one karate chop thing. Like, he could destroy these wolves. Like a 5-year-old Goku would just like step on these wolves. He trained with the little cat guy. Remember the cat that lived halfway up the tower? For some reason, then everyone forgot about him?
Yeah.
He trained with that cat, and then went back to beat Old Piccolo. Old Piccolo gave birth to Piccolo Jr. Through his mouth with an egg. It was awesome, and then Goku went back. He was still short, right?
Yeah.
Compared to everyone else. He went to go train with Kami and Mr. Popo for like 3 years, and then he came back to fight Piccolo Jr. in the tournament, and he was taller than Bulma. When he came back, he had a growth spurt for some reason.
Yeah.
Like he was like, I think he was like 15 or something at the end of the old Piccolo saga.
What the shit is this?
And then he came back and he was just, well, I guess I'm tall now.
Yeah. But my voice is still that of a woman.
Yes.
And still is. When he's like in his late 50s.
I think in Japan, they have a problem changing voice actors.
Yeah,
Remember?
voice actors are important. Like you can't.
They don't
just go
change them. Like they changed David Hayter to Kiefer Sutherland for Snake in America.
Yeah.
Because they didn't think David Hayter was believable as an old man, right? But they kept Akio Atsuka, his Japanese voice actor, the same.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking they just can't change in Japan. Now in the West, Goku had a whole bunch of voice actors, not just the Funimation one. In Funimation, they had Sean Schemmel, but other than that, they had Kirby Morrow, they had Peter Kalamis, Yeah, they had a few of them. The Ocean dub Vegeta also sounded a lot more violent than the Funimation one. Like, the Ocean dub that we got here in Canada for a while for Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta, sounded like a snake. Like, he had a little bit of a hiss to his voice. Do you remember that?
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, that's the original dub we had here. Like, we had a very serpentine Vegeta. And then we got replaced with the bland Funimation Vegeta.
God, I have a stupid personal anecdote about this game. I was like 6 years old, and I was in the hospital for a week, and I got to pick up 2 games just to kill time, and the ones I picked were this one and F-Zero for the GPA.
Maximum Velocity?
Yeah. F-Zero was good, but this one... This is... See, it at least killed the time because it was really friggin' hard. And it still is. It's one of those jank games. You know what it reminds me of? It's that Dragon Power NES game.
Yeah, we played that in the channel too, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, Dragon Power.
All these terrible Dragon Ball games. I can't even believe it. That wolf is in there somewhere, and he is just waiting to ruin my day.
Just waiting to slap your shit. Yeah, barely perceptible snake.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
Well, they're not a threat anyway.
So small.
Yeah.
Why'd they even put him there?
Oh, and look, he has a little flashing pixel to represent his tongue.
I noticed that. I was gonna say
Yeah.
that. It's really exactly like the show.
It is. You stand around charging for 2 episodes, and then you do some comic relief thing, and then you fight somebody who's more powerful than the last guy.
And then you let them get away.
Yeah.
You have to let the bad guys get away every time.
Oh, crap. He's doing a Battle Garega thing, where when he's halfway off the screen, he doesn't receive damage. This game has no reason for this to be the case.
Go ahead, then.
I can't. Got charged first. Ha!
This is the exact same sprite that was missing her egg.
Yeah, I know. I had lots of trouble figuring out how to fight. Like, I was really unfamiliar with the way you fight in these bad games.
Yeah, it reminds me of Resident Evil world record strats. Like, kiting the enemy around the room and getting him to follow you intentionally. But you walk slightly faster than him. So you walk fast enough that the amount of time you have to pop off a shot at him is a little bit longer than the time it would take him to catch you. So you can keep doing that around the room. You should do some more Resident Evil strats and getting caught on geometry.
Oh my god, I did it. Oh, man.
What do you get?
I got the egg.
Oh, the pterodactyl egg.
The horrible monster that stole that pterodactyl's egg looked exactly the same.
God, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Make it a different sprite.
Yeah, make it a different monster. Make it a stronger wolf.
God, this pterodactyl lost its egg because it was stolen by another pterodactyl. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Alright. And they look exactly the same. If I was working on this game and I didn't care, I would make it so there was a cutscene after this where the egg hatched and it was the exact same sprite again.
Yeah.
As the adult pterodactyl. Is this the right way to go?
No. This stone, like, okay.
Will it?
Yeah, I guess so. I'll take your word for that.
What the hell are you gonna do with it? There's stones everywhere. This reminds me of those crappy Flash adventure games on Newgrounds, where they pick up an item and the writer can't figure out a way to make it interesting plot-wise.
Yeah.
So it's like, a piece of paper. Now I just need to find a use for it.
Yeah.
So why did you pick it up?
My egg, you found it. 350 experience points.
You get less for doing that than you got for just talking to Tien and Chatsu. It's an Akira Toriyama-saur. It's a Toriyama-saur.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no. You can even tell just by the sprite. It's just like a standard dinosaur of no specific type. Oh, you're past his aggro zone.
Yeah.
It's just like Demon Souls.
I'm just doing my thing.
Yep.
Doing Goku stuff. Got to at least beat this guy. I'm not going to be able to beat Raditz because that's...
Goku shouldn't kill him.
You spend a lot of time just walking around, beating up monsters in this game.
Goku would not kill this monster, really? This dinosaur?
No.
He'd just like...
Not if he didn't want meat.
He'd just like wrestle him, and then you'd have one of those moments where they're like, they're just tired out, and they're both laying on each other. You know
there he
how
goes.
they always kind of do in Dragon Ball?
Look, he's lying in a pool of blood.
Oh god. Why'd you do that?
For the experience. This is the WaveBird wireless controller produced by Nintendo in 2062. It's a very,
Actually on.
it's very popular in yes. It's very popular and famous controller, known for its very efficient wireless capabilities. As you can see here, it came with a dongle with a toggleable channel switch. This allowed for multiple WaveBirds to be connected to one console at the same time. As you can see, 16 channels. That accounts for like at least 4 consoles. Yeah. Here's the ordinary controller, also silver. You don't have a purple one, do you?
No.
Anyway, this one's called the WaveBird because it communicates over wave and looks like a fat plucked chicken, sorta. As you can see, it's pretty much the same design-wise. It isn't absurdly bloated. It's not actually, like, despite its appearance, it's not actually very heavy.
No, it's
only slightly heavier.
with the design of the WaveBird, it's cashing in on the fact that the GameCube controller had a big open space in the back already.
Yeah.
So when you're using the WaveBird controller to play, and you're not paying attention, you'll probably forget that you're using the WaveBird.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll just think you're using a GameCube controller.
Yeah, this was the best wireless controller of its time.
Easily.
By far, yeah.
Really
it's good.
It's so closely emulated the original.
Yeah, really good battery life, and the channel switcher was a really good idea. You don't even have those anymore. You have like an auto sync thing that just fucks up all the time.
The battery life in this was so great. When I first bought it, I put batteries in it, and I literally changed the batteries maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And I use it a lot.
It's pretty great. Anyway, here's the other switch at the bottom here. Anyway.
If you like the GameCube controller, you'll love that.
If you like the GameCube controller, you'll love this, because it's the same thing.
Now,
it's also a GameCube controller.
There is a slight bit of lag that renders this completely inviable for Smash Brothers. But other than that, it's fine.
It's not typically used for Melee because of the slight input delay. That's about it.
It was so hard to avoid in that era.
Yeah.
Of early wireless, but really it was the best.
Really was the best. Anyway, as you can see, when I press buttons on the Nintendo WaveBird controller, it produces a wonderful series of strange actions on the screen, similar to gameplay.
Scientists have yet to determine what causes this, but we have it here on video as proof. Do you think one day this technology could be utilized to make wireless phones?
You know, they've tried at it, but so far, you know, the idea of sending that much data over the air is simply impossible. So, Nintendo, they discovered this technology. They never publicly released it. But, you know, eventually they went under, and the technology was lost to time. And no one knows what happened. No one knows how they did it. No one achieved it since. So that's the WaveBird.